Welcome to Entertainment, the channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. On today's video, we'll be watching another 10 fighters who tried to intimidate their opponents during the face-off, but later got a giant dose of karma when they got taught a lesson inside the ring or the octagon, where your actions actually matter. Most of the time, I think that these fighters are trying to hype themselves up for the actual fight, and other times, they are trying to do something that gets them noticed and gets their name out there so they can make more money. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below. Also, make sure to turn on those notifications. Let's get right into it. This is the most recent event on this list, and it just happened this past week when Perez decided to dress up as the Joker for his face-off against Dricus du Plessis. He did state after this fight that he wasn't trying to intimidate his opponent and was just trying to focus on his own game. He said that he relates to the Joker because it's not about intimidation, but he stands out because of his intelligence. But that's not what happened during the fight.
The difference with du Plessis is he was signed to another organization.
He got knocked out in 3 minutes 22 seconds into the first round. I gotta say that I think he is lying about the intimidation, because come on man, just look at that makeup. There's no way it's not meant to intimidate someone. Or thinking about it, it's just a little bit cringy. Now we come to one of the funniest ones on this list, as Alex Reed leaned in and gave a little kiss to his opponent, Jason Barrett.
Let's get the pictures, let's get the pictures.
They are looking deep into each other's eyes, burning with desire. I thought it was desire to kill each other, but apparently it's sexual desire. Barrett is still living in the old times, so this was a massive hit against his manhood. So he went crazy trying to go after him, pushing and saying that he was going to destroy him inside the ring.
Barrett throwing a nice kick in there, but he's got to keep the hands up as Reed comes forward.
Well, Barrett got choked out in the first round. I think this was a double intimidation. Reed tried to go with a well, Barrett tried to go the Reed clearly won the intimidation face-off, and Barrett sadly looked pretty weak in the end. I think we can all agree that Bob Sapp, for the most part, is a pretty terrible fighter when compared to most pros, especially his opponent in this case, which is Alexander Emelianenko. Emelianenko can barely even keep a straight face during the face-off, almost seems like he's about to burst out laughing. Also, that has to be the worst intimidation shove I've ever seen. He barely even pushed him, but that was enough to wake up the beast.
Формат 3 по 5. Sapp довольно уверенно огрызается, ушел в защиту. Добивание, в принципе, пассивная защита, все, можно останавливать бой.
Emelianenko won the fight in less than a minute and 20 seconds, with Sapp doing his typical, oh no, I got hit pretty hard, I'm just gonna fall to the ground and turtle up until the ref ends the fight. Another embarrassing loss in Sapp's record. Mike Tyson might have been a little unhinged during his fighting days, and we could see that come out when he faced Lennox Lewis. I think that he was supposed to stay on his pedestal for a little while, but as soon as Lennox stepped on his, Tyson just walked over there trying to intimidate him. Then when somebody tries to stop him, he just swings at him and misses completely. I think Lennox was able to land a good shot on him here too, but during the fight he landed a ton more.
Past the 7th round, Lennox Lewis, triple Mike Tyson. Yeah, you can't take that from him. Big right hand from Lewis. Lennox Lewis cements his.
Lewis was able to put Tyson down twice in the 8th round before winning the fight via a knockout on the last one. This was named the Knockout of the Year by Ring Magazine. Vitali Klitschko was nearing the end of his almost decade-long championship run when he came up against Derek Chisora in 2012. Sometimes you have to do something to try to get the champ off balance, but this was not the way to do that.
Chisora versus Dr. Iron Fist, Vitali Klitschko.
Chisora was heavily criticized for this action, but just look at Vitali, still remained fairly calm, just asking why would he do that. Then Chisora later spit water in Vladimir Klitschko's face before the fight while in the ring.
Ты против себя поставил весь...
Посмотрите, что он сделал Владимиру Кличко.
I think Chisora was trying to do anything possible to get Vitali off his game because he knew how calm the Klitschko brothers are. Just look at Vladimir, he even drinks the water, like it's his opponent's blood. But then the fight actually got started. So there was no knockout in this fight or even a knockdown, and that was mostly due to the fact that Vitali hurt his shoulder in the early rounds and couldn't use his jab and left hand effectively. Still, with this injury, he won the fight via unanimous decision, losing at most 2 rounds in the entire fight. This fight had a completely different ending than all the other ones. This happened in 2018 when Jenka came into the face-off with a complete cheap shot on Christopher Sengeli. Who in the right mind does this? It's just a small little push in order to build up the fight and intimidate your opponent. You're not supposed to send him flying across the room and smashing into a wall. The fight unfortunately never came as it got cancelled. This intimidation attempt did not work at all, as Jenka got suspended temporarily for this incredibly stupid move. Also, can we give credit to Sengeli for not trying to get after him? And just knowing that it wasn't worth it? Awesome job. Not sure who the fighters are in this video, but this guy with the pink hair tried to do a really sneaky move that just completely drops his opponent. See that? He completely dropped his guard and made him feel gay. Oh no! How fragile is this man that he reacted by throwing punches to a simple blowing of a kiss? I do gotta say though, that was a great punch right on the button, completely twisting his head.
Great.
This has to be the most useless intimidation attempt I have ever seen. Vanderlei Silva had already beat Rampage Jackson twice before their meeting at UFC 92, so there was no need for him to do this. Jackson already had to be a little intimidated since he got knocked out twice by Silva with knees. You can even see how he just starts laughing since it just seems so ridiculous to try and get a fighter that you have already beat off balance. Jackson got him back though.
Quentin Rampage Jackson gets his revenge via left hook to the jaw. Turns his whole body into it. That knocked out Chuck Liddell.
Jackson beat him in the first round. Maybe if he wouldn't have done that, he would have won again. But he changed the course of the fight thanks to this stupid intimidation attempt that obviously didn't work at all. Here we have Dricus du Plessis one more time. This time Yannick Bahati tried to intimidate him during their face-off.
Yeah, what are you walking up on? What are you walking up on?
Plessis is obviously the better trash talker since Bahati couldn't take it and just slapped him. Great job by du Plessis to not blow up right there and just wait for the fight where he would be able to do his own form of intimidation.
Bahati throws some shots. Bahati's looking for the takedown. Du Plessis got a hold of his neck. Oh my goodness, here we go. That's a wrap. I think he's got him. He's got it down his world. He's a thrower. Trick did it.
1 minute 30 seconds is all he needed to get him in a chokehold after a failed takedown attempt and just choke him out. The announcers even said that this is the most aggressive they have ever seen du Plessis. And of course, right after they pull him off, he goes and stands over Bahati to give him a little piece of his mind. So we have seen this fight before, but maybe you were like me and didn't see what happened at the face-off. Anderson Spider Silva was fighting Chris Weidman for the first time when he did this at the face-off. See how Silva goes in there to get really close and then just makes contact with Chris with his lips, while Weidman doesn't back down. But he does try to pull his lips as far in as possible. Hey man, you can pull those lips all the way down your throat. You still kiss Silva. Anyway, we all know what happened during the fight.
Anderson. Oh my, he got hit! Look at the finish!
Silva hadn't lost a fight in 6 years and had 17 fights in that time. And will you look at that punch? It was right on the lips, like saying, "You will never taste my lips again." I never understood why people do this kind of stuff, because you open yourself up to a ton of criticism if you lose. If you don't do this stuff, at least people will say, "Yeah, he lost, but he's humble." And not, "Haha, he lost, plus he looks like a jackass at the face-off." Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.